But can you also say that this is maybe your most personal album? That now you finally know who you are relaxed now. Is it also a reason to call it after yourself?
I think it definitely helps, to feel like, yeah, I mean, like I say, I have a home studio now that is so like powerful for the first time in years. I think I've never had a studio like this. So I am kind of like, I'm the owner of the means of production kind of, so it's like, because of that, I know that the music that's coming out is necessarily like really personal. I didn't have to go anywhere. It was house music, so like, I live in the house. Jamie Lidell is right there, It's like, it feels very local and very focused.
It's funny you say so. Because you lived in Berlin, New York, a brief period you lived in Paris. You recorded music everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you say that? Can you hear that? Can you hear it? If the music is recorded in Berlin or New York, I mean the vibe you have.
I can, but it's mostly like photographic memory. You know what I mean? It's like I can remember the studio sessions with Marquis in Berlin, or Chris Taylor and Beck for Compass. I can just kind of like picture the sessions. And I mean, they have a huge impact, I mean, like, that is what happens. I mean, it's like when we did the drums for Compass, I remember James Gadsden sitting in a tiny room playing the drums. I would look in there and he would be playing, and like, and those sounds connect with that image in my mind. But the place, it's a funny thing. I think I mean, music is going around almost like a radio in my mind, So you just kind of tune in, and you can be anywhere. You could be on the toilet, you can be on a plane, you can be, little ideas come to you all over. And like, who's to say that it's the environment that influences you? I mean, it definitely does, But I've never been able to say it's definitely this, it's definitely that. It's more, what it is, I think, above all, though? It's the pace of the place that you live that affects it more than anything. Yeah. In New York, there's definitely a pace on the street. You have to keep up with people. But in Nashville, for example, it's a different rhythm. It's a slower tempo. But because the tempo is slower, in a way, like if you have a glass of water and it's stirring around really quick, it's cloudy, If you let it slow down, the water gets clearer, like your mind gets a little clearer, Yeah. And that's a good place to be if you're trying to be yourself.
Okay, sounds good. First song of the album is called I'm Selfish.
Exactly.
Why open up with, this track and this lyric?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like, it's an anthem to my former self, hopefully. Definitely trying to make it my former self. That's it. Like I say, I'm moving out of that period into a new period. Really, definitely, I have to do it. I want to. And so it's like, I mean, the theme of that song is like, I used to make it all about me because I'm selfish, but I fight it. And that's what it's all about. I mean, I just know that it's a hard thing. Everyone battles with being selfish, especially artists. You have to be confident. You have to have something to say, and you have to do it with a certain amount of, the passion that goes with it. You can easily lead to really negative side effects of being much more into yourself than you need to be.
Could you have written this song a few years ago?
I could, absolutely. I should have done.
Too.
Well, I mean, probably not completely like that. Yeah, I mean, if I'd have thought about it, I might have written it. I just wasn't thinking like that then,
Okay. Is there one thing that happened that triggered this song? One specific occasion or?
No, I mean, it's just been a series of realizations. Being with my wife, she's very observant. And like, she wants to make me into a better person, and I really love her for that because she knows where I'm coming from and she can see where I could go, That's why we're a great couple, because, I mean, I hope I'm doing that for her too. So that's it. It's just more growing.
Big love.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side of things, I mean, that's it. I mean, why have a small love when you can have a big love, you know?
Yeah. So this song is about your wife.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of like, yeah, pure celebration and exuberance is actually something that I realize is in a lot of my work. I love pop. You know, I grew up listening to, I always talk about Prince, and I never talk about, you know, Michael Jackson. Almost feels too obvious in a way, you know, which is a stupid thing, because when Thriller came along, it literally swept everyone away. And like it swept me completely away. And so yeah, that production is really, in a way, my chance to just really decadently dive into that Quincy-esque part of my brain and just celebrate to the max. It's yeah, it's kind of like that, but with like a lot of Janet Jackson, Jam and Lewis mixed in.
Yeah.